Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Kitchen Talk with Granna. I'm so glad you guys could come up into the kitchen with me today for a few minutes. I hope everybody's having a great day today. Um, I just appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Before we get started with our conversation, you guys know what I need you to do. Go ahead on down there, right on down at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead and take care of your thumbs up button. Go ahead and share my video with family and friends. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not become one of Granna's followers. And just join my team. I would love to have you as a follow. Okay. All right, so let's get ready to hop off into this conversation for today. All right, so guys, last week they had the debate between Vice President Pence and Senator Kamala Harris. Okay, first of all, they need to get a moderator that can handle these debates. It was clear that this lady could not handle Vice President Pence. They had agreed to all these rules and how long they would talk. They wouldn't interrupt anyone. They would be respectful when it came to that person's time to talk. And that didn't happen. It just did not happen. I don't understand why they put these moderators up in there and they think they're going to be able to control the debate. I mean, of course, Biden is going to do the same thing that his president did. Our president, Trump, tried to bogart the whole conversation and, answer the questions the way that he want to answer the question. And I'm not saying that Kamala did not do a few little interruptions, but I feel like when she did those interruptions, it was because he was trying to disregard her credits and not give her credits for what she has accomplished, and being a district attorney and all those things. He was basically trying to devalue her character. He was picking at her character. So it was just crazy because once again, just about every question that, I think there was like about 9 questions, every question that moderator asked Vice President Pence, he tiptoed around it, and a couple of them he didn't touch, period. He didn't even answer them. She asked him what was he gonna do, since they have it in court where they're trying to demolish the Obamacare bill, where they're trying to just dismiss it and get rid of it. What were they going to do to ensure that anyone with a ongoing illness would continually to have coverage? He didn't even answer that. He talking about, before he answered that question, he wanted to respond to the question before, or something that Kamala had said, and he didn't even touch that question. He didn't even answer that question, period. And there were several other questions that she asked him that he didn't answer. He just avoided them. He just went from the question that she asked on to what he wanted to say. And even though she was constantly saying, Vice President Pence, your time is up, he just kept on and on and on and on. He wasn't listening to anything. He was being very disrespectful. And people had already put out there, oh, Kamala gonna come out there acting like she did, the mad black woman and all this and that. And she was totally the opposite. She stayed very calm until she had to check him on trying to lecture her. She definitely checked him a couple of times. She definitely stood her ground when she was trying to get her point across, and would let him know, I'm speaking right now. I'm not done talking. Excuse me, I'm speaking. She said it in a mannerable way. She said, excuse me, I am speaking. And it's just crazy, and she held her composure the whole time. She smiled at him. She smiled at the moderator when she was talking to the audience when she really wanted to get her point across. She looked at the audience, she looked at the camera to get her point across. I mean, I do believe there were some missed opportunities on both sides, the Democrat and the Republican side. I do believe she made her point when it came to the coronavirus, because even with the coronavirus, when the moderator was asking Pence about President Trump and him being infected and how did he feel when they was at the outdoor event, and he just tiptoed all around that, and we all have seen it. It's out there, it's on the camera. He tiptoed around that. So I just believe, like I said, he's basically the same as President Trump. He just may be a little bit more conservative with his. He may not be as bold, but he words it in a little bit of more conservative way than President Trump. But I it was just crazy. I was just sitting back like, really, really, really. And then they still want to continually to talk about what former President Obama did. Former President Obama that is their favorite word. They talk about that man so much. I'm surprised his ears ain't burnt off. Like, you know, when they talk about people, the ears start burning. His ears should be done fell off. Cause that is President Trump and Biden go-to. That is they go-to. I mean, they even asked Vice President Pence about the climate control. And, you know, just a week ago, Donald Trump was on there blaming the fires out in California and on the West Coast. He was blaming it on the people. He wasn't blaming it on climate control. You know, he tiptoed around that. He didn't answer that. And then, you know, they was talking about when did the president actually know that the coronavirus was a problem and it coming to the United States. He kept saying what President Trump found out like the last of February. As soon as he found out, he didn't want fear to come to the people. So, you know, he put out the information that he felt like they needed to know. I mean, just crazy stuff, because somebody did a fact check on it, and it was false that he was saying that President Trump closed down China, everything, just closed them down. And they were saying even after that, the first cases came out, like the end of around February up until March, people were still going in and out, you know, regular civilians, and people were still traveling in and out of China. So it was just crazy. He was talking about when they took over office, Obama didn't have any stockpile when it came to the medical supplies and, you know, the ventilator masks and all that. And one of the fact checks said that wasn't true. When President Obama left office, there was a stockpile of those medical supplies and stuff like that. But it was just crazy how Vice President Pence just bounced around everything. He only wanted to talk about what he wanted to talk about. He didn't want to hear nothing about. He just did not answer the question. I mean, they need to come up with these debates where when they telling you your 2 minutes is up and you need to shut the heck up, they need to buzz them or snap them or do something so that they'll chill, you know, because it was just so clear last night. This lady couldn't do nothing with Vice President Pence. And she couldn't. And the only way Tamara could do something was to interrupt him the few times that she interrupted him. You know, if you look at the whole interview, he interrupted her way more than she interrupted him. And even when she interrupted him, she would say it in a mannerable way. She wasn't, you know, being disrespectful or anything like that. You know, oh Lord. I know he was trying to win back brownie points because of the president with all this stuff that's going on with coronavirus. And then our president just get on there the day before talking about, you know, he it's a good thing he got the coronavirus. God must have wanted him to get it so that he could take this experimented drugs and these cocktails and he feels so good and he believes he's the reason why this cure is gonna happen. And come on now, you want to throw God up in here when you want to your advantage. You know, this man, they belong together. They definitely belong together. They're both, just talking out the side of their necks. They really didn't cover enough of what their plans are. Kamala, continually talked about Joe Biden's plan, what they're planning on doing. And of course, there was a counteraction to what she was saying when it came to the taxes and when it came to the Obamacare insurance policy for people. She talked about, with school loans and student loans, and she tried to get her plan out there. She talked more about a plan than Vice President Pence. And that's just what it was. And people are gonna look at that debate, they're gonna make their own opinion about it. They're gonna pick out the pieces that they want to pick out. And hey, and that's everybody's rights to do that. That's their right to do that. But I really admired Kamala for when she did speak on something, she spoke not only to Vice President Pence and the moderator, she spoke directly to the people in the TV land and in the audience. She spoke to the camera so that they could see that she was speaking what she felt was gonna be the right paths and things for her and Joe Biden to do. And even with that, they kept talking about the BRCA. And when she was running against Joe Biden, apparently she was against it and getting rid of it, because I guess that was her thing that she was doing when they was running against each other as the presidential candidates. So of course that was something else that Vice President Pence kept trying to use against her. Then they was trying to use against the Biden and Harris team when it comes to the Supreme Court. The only reason why they gonna go in there, if this lady is put in there, they're gonna go and put in some more seats and put some more people in the Supreme Court and pack the Supreme Court. And Lord mercy Jesus, Lord mercy Jesus. Oh Lord. You just gotta just sit back and just shake your head and like, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Let me get me a drink of ginger ale behind that. So I don't know. They was trying to Vice President Pence was trying to compare the coronavirus to the to SCAR back when Obama was in there, and that came out, and he was saying if it was as powerful as the coronavirus, then Obama would have lost 200-some thousand people, and stuff that it didn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. The fact of it, when the SCAR disease came out, H1N1, when that came out, it didn't have the results that the coronavirus. It was not as affected or strong in killing people, taking people alive as the coronavirus. And it doesn't matter because that didn't happen. So how are you going to compare that to what's going on with this coronavirus? I think they asked him, well, all the other countries, we in the United States, one of the most powerful countries, the most free country in the world, we have had more death than all the other countries and stuff. And he couldn't answer that. He couldn't say anything about that. He want to downplay China. He want to downplay Russia and the relationship that President Trump had with Putin and all this. He just want to downplay anything. When they threw the heat on him, he downplayed it, and then he wanted to avoid any question that he just didn't want to deal with. He didn't want to deal with it, so he just tiptoed around it. Like just same thing that his partner did, same thing as our president did, a week before. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Y'all gonna have to listen to it and make your decision. And the bottom line with what Kamala said at the end of it, you got to go out and vote. We are less than 3.5 weeks away from this voting thing. Got to go out and vote. November the 3rd, got to vote. That's all I got to say about that. But just go back, look at the debate, make your own decision. Okay? All right, thank you guys. I'm about to get up out this kitchen. Just want to talk to you guys a little bit about that debate that we had last week and just hear your opinion on it. Drop me a line. Let me know what you think about it. Okay, guys, have a great day. Make sure you're wearing your mask and just stay safe. I'm going to catch you guys next time around.